Hi everyone, we are now in Module 5 of class. So last week we reviewed the components that are needed for resumes and cover letters, and I'm wondering if you learned anything new, and did you edit a current resume to reflect the needed aspects? This week we are covering the interview process. What comes to mind when you think about your previous interviews, if you've had any? It's important to understand the basics of the interview process so that you can be well prepared prior to an actual interview. You will need to research the employer and be ready to answer specific questions that they may ask you. When I interviewed potential employees, there were specific questions that I would ask in order to get a better idea of how well prepared they were, and also to see if they actually did some research about our company, and also to see if they worked well under pressure and stress. So in my interviews, I would ask them to give a small presentation with an example of something that they will do as part of the job duties for the position that they're applying for. So this gave me an opportunity to see a true example of their work. So these are some of the things that you'll need to be prepared for. All right, have you ever heard of an elevator pitch, or do you know what an elevator speech is? Some people call this their sales pitch. So when you're going into an interview, you want to be able to highlight your best skills and express how these skills can benefit the employer. So making yourself look like an attractive fit for the position will increase your chances of landing the job. This aspect is something that I would watch for when I was interviewing individuals. Often something would be stated that would really grab my attention, and I would make notes to that and refer back to it later when considering them for the position. All right, so that gives you some insight when you're thinking about what employers are looking for. All right, do you know which documents you should take with you to an actual interview? And do you know what types of clothing you need to wear? These are some other items that we will learn more about this week, and I will discuss some additional information during the live session. And I'm going to share some real-life experiences with you. Remember, professional dress is an important aspect, and it will aid in that first impression that an employer really gets of you. All right, so our discussion this week. Once again, just like last week, there is a word count in the directions, so you have to have a really nice long paragraph. You want to share your best or worst interview experiences. Consider reflecting on how that experience has impacted other interviews that you had, and clearly identify why it was the best or worst experience, and then what you learned from it. All right, so remember to place your initial post on or before Tuesday at midnight and reply to another student on or before Saturday at midnight. This is all during Central Standard Time, of course. All right, so assignments that need to be submitted by Sunday at midnight. Your mock interview, which is one of your Module 5 written assignments. You will record that mock interview using Teams, and I will talk more about that during the live session this week. There's some documents that I've already emailed out to you. They're the same ones that you obtained for class that will help you with doing that recording. Now, you also have the Module 5 course project, which is a reflection of your mock interview. So that means you really can't submit that reflection until you get the mock interview actually completed. We have a written assignment, which is the professional references draft, and then submitting your Module 5 live classroom attendance passcode. As always, if you have any questions, you can contact me through the course messages or our in-class email. All right? Thanks, everyone.